So guys, let's talk about Twitter. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I know banter is nice.
Yes.
Okay, banter is cool. Like people are bantering. It's a nice thing. But I feel like at times it's going overboard. And especially, and I said this first when Gore and Muranga Silwa were playing. And I thought Muranga Silwa, they went beyond the, you know that line that, you know us guys are old, Let's start with that. Bernard, we are old school. So we know those lines that they are never spoken about, but they are there.
Yeah.
You know the line where, I'm sure both of you have been in a place when you are young and you went somewhere and then you offered food. You all knew. When will you eat? The answer was always no. It's not said by anyone, but you say no. Yeah. Or you're asked, would you like to go out and play? You all knew. The answer is no, or you look at your mother. If your mother say nods, you go. If your mother just looks at you, you keep quiet and you say no. So there are unwritten rules. I feel like we are going beyond them. And I understand banter, and sometimes banter is really good. Muhoroni used to have very good banter. Bandari has good banter. Yeah. But I felt like it went too far in the Gor Muranga Seal game. And this week it's just gone on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. And I don't like it. I feel like we need to keep some level of respect.
This is Bernard's forte. I'll let him finish it up properly because I believe Bernard has put his stuff together on social media when you see what he's trying to do there and how he's trying to go about it. James, I can also see. I'll apologize. I'm not quite very active on social media. But I feel these guys are a little bit under pressure to bring in more followers or whatever you call them to increase the community in whichever format. So they're coming up with what they think is funny, but it's not quite funny or it's not quite relevant. Or probably they're overdoing it from where I sit. And even as Bernard, I invite Bernard, I think it's time, maybe let's start from the football point of view. All the social media admins should just probably go for some sort of training somewhere, maybe supervised by the federation or just somewhere, just to get enlightened about what social media is, whom you're prospectively communicating to, how you're supposed to pass over a message, because I believe it's just gone out of the rail completely from where I sit.
You know, for me, I think, the thing is about the way the clubs have been bantering online when it started. I felt it was good. It was nice engagement, and I felt there's a way it created that hype that has been lacking for a bit of time.
Yes.
Because obviously when the social media era, most people are online. So you see the banter between the admin of Team X and Team Y. Fantastic. But sometimes, humor is it's relative sometimes. And especially when it comes to certain things, you might use you might try to think that you're being funny. It might be funny to you, but to the majority,
not to everybody, yeah.
it sounds crass, it's tasteless, and you're like, that feels off. You understand? It's like people ridiculing somebody because of their disability.
Yeah.
It is never right at any point.
Yeah.
It is never right at any point. What has been happening, I think, in the past 3 weeks or so, I think they have, you've oversugared your tea. It's been good. It's been nice. The it has been, but because one more spoon. You were like, my cup of sugar has a lot of tea in it. You get what I mean? So they become also a bit full of themselves, and they're playing to the gallery. But now you see also they need to understand. Look, this is online. Everyone sees what you're posting.
Yeah.
And you see it's tasteless, it's crass, it's getting to another level. And you see, if it's not translating to and if your team is also not performing as well. And I think that I don't know who handles. I think Bandari has been trying to be a bit sober-minded, which is good.
The joke is there.
Yeah, but
there is.
Yeah, it doesn't cross a certain line, because bottom line, they need to understand that it's about bringing the fans. It's about appealing to the fans. But if you start saying things that are insulting, that are, I felt like and then it also becomes a bit too much. You've overplayed your.
And one of the reasons why this came about, we were just talking with Kwalimwa, and we saw the tweet. There was a tweet by police. Is it police?
Yes.
Is it police or is it Moranga? One of them said, "Kuja ukule chakula." It was still police.
Yeah.
Kuja ukunywe chakula. Then there was food with the typical, the joke that goes on around that food in Central Province is normally full of water.
Yeah. Yes.
So there was, and I thought, well, you are borderline, but Maybe. But then the one that really got me is the one Kwalimwa you sent me, and it was a picture. Then now it goes into the whole
police
yeah,
barracks.
Shiro Muranga amesema ako reception na skirt ya black. Then we thought, no, you're going beyond maybe where you should go, So I just wonder where, because you've got to keep the banter going and the laughter and stuff going. But also I think you have to find a way to, like I said, unsaid, those unsaid rules.
Yeah.
Unsaid rules that you no one says you have to do it, but there's a line you don't cross.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to do it because, and guys, you said Bandari, like Bandari. If you see, like now, I don't was this this. I'll get you one that. So Muranga tweeted and they said something like, we suffer defeat at home. Muranga still won KCB 2 full time. And then Bandari just put a smiley, a laughing emoji. Yeah. And then they're like, siku yenyu pia itafika. Yeah, okay? Yeah. So that's Muranga still. So, and then when they said like something else Bandari said on top, they're like, sasa rudia bila kusikia vibaya. Like, I get that. That's banter on a, Yes. Or maybe we're being too sensitive. Maybe we are too old. We don't understand.
I think we are
on the same page.
We are spot on, pun intended. Like,
yes.
Because Wokabi, you see, the thing is, I go back to that. Humor. There's a way humor. It usually has an effect when it is subtle and it's subtle and it's respectful, but also you can there's a way somebody can say something. It's packaged. I think the issue is packaging, and also realizing that certain things. You yourself, kuna kitu kitonga may call it monojoke. Wewe peke yako unacheka peke yako. Wewe peke yako, no one else. Those are things keep to yourself.
I just don't.
And it also tells you the kind of personality behind some of these admins.
Yeah.
Because if you find this humorous, what else don't you find humorous as well?
True.
Because it means you can go south very easily.
And it's not just local, because I told you guys about the joke. It was done on it was an Adidas thing. Yes. It was I have it there. It was an Adidas Twitter account. So they tweeted something about a shoe, and then Kevin Durant said, I would never wear it. And then Adidas tweeted, you dusty, you're about to retire soon anyway. And it came from the official Adidas, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Then, of course, it was deleted.
Yeah, understandably.
Yeah. So, again, you see that and you're like, And then there's the one I sent you this morning. Is it this morning?
Yeah.
I sent you one this morning. There's one I sent Kwalimwa. It's got to do with, hold on, if I have it. There we go. This weekend, we faced the kings of match fixing, Zoo FC.
Yeah, of course, Zoo have had their run-ins with the FIFA for some time over match fixing.
Yeah,
you're you'll struggle to see a joke in that. You'll really struggle to see a joke in that tweet.
So I don't know. So I have put a disclaimer. We could be wrong. I could just be overreacting because I'm an old man. But or maybe I have a point. I don't know.
I just believe